Jakob Ingebrigtsen dominated the men's 5,000 metre Olympic final last week, where he won in 13:13, closing his final 800 metres in 1:50. And thanks to his watch sponsor Coros, we have all of his data during the build-up and on race day. Jakob had interrupted training throughout autumn and winter and was only able to start consistent training in February, where he was able to start running every day again. From there, he had 8 weeks of high volume and he did a light taper before the Prefontaine Classic Diamond League. We can see the green line in his base fitness increase quite aggressively during this time as he got back to his full volume, which then began to taper off as his race-specific training started, which is where he'll be gaining fitness through mechanical gains and other systems, not just aerobically. A key component to Jakob's training ahead of the Olympics was trusting his training. He said many athletes want to test their fitness in training during peak season. We, however, have a different approach. We think of training as if we are farmers and what we are harvesting are carrots. Many athletes want to pull the carrot from the ground early to see what they have made, but in reality, once you test it, you can never put it back in. We won't pull the carrot out of the ground until it's race day, but trust that our preparation and experience will give us the best odds of success. Jakob's heart rate variability data was quite inconsistent throughout his preparation until the Olympics, with low points around the time of the birth of his daughter and the start of his altitude training camp. The higher the better for HRV, and it would suggest the higher the number, better the recovery, and his sleep quality would be better. It was at its best points during the European Championships and his Olympic Championship peak. Now into his Olympic 5,000 metre gold medal race. Jakob started his watch as he was in the tunnel awaiting to go out onto the track. You can see the start of the race where the green line shoots up and the orange line of his cadence begins. His average cadence for the first 1,000 metres was 185 steps per minute, and his heart rate before starting was 121 beats per minute, and during the first 1 kilometre went into his threshold zone between 166 and 177 beats per minute. From 1,000 metres to 3,000 metres, everything remained almost identical as his HSHOT average was 176 BPM for this period, and his average cadence was 188. But you can see the race start to get a bit harder for Jakob at the 3,000 metre mark as his heart rate went up to around 180 beats per minute, which is where the Ethiopians started to front run faster, and Jakob said he wanted to stay close to be able to match any moves. From 3,000 metres to 4,400 metres, the pace continued to ramp up as Jakob surged shortly after 3,000 and went up to 193 steps per minute, and his heart rate lifted to its highest of 183 beats per minute. This effort remained the same until 600 metres to go, where the big moves started to happen. Over the final 600 metres, Jakob had an average cadence of 208 steps per minute, and his maximum cadence was 223 steps per minute. This is where he said he didn't want to make a move too quickly and then suffer in the final 200 metres, so he gradually wound his way to the front and then gradually pulled away from the rest of the field. And every Olympic gold medalist gets to ring the bell after they win, and according to Coros's data, Jakob's heart rate spiked from 145 beats per minute post-race to 161 beats per minute as he rang the bell.